To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. It is one of the blessings of old friends that you can afford to be stupid with them. Always do what you are afraid to do. I cannot remember the books I've read any more than the meals I have eaten. Even so, they have made me. Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference, that you have lived and lived well. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. When it is dark enough, you can see the stars. Is it so bad, then, to be misunderstood? Pythagoras was misunderstood, and Socrates, and Jesus, and Luther, and Copernicus, and Galileo, and Newton, and every pure and wise spirit that ever took flesh. To be great is to be misunderstood. Make your own Bible. Select and collect all the words and sentences that in all your readings have been to you like the blast of a trumpet. The glory of friendship is not the outstretched hand, not the kindly smile, nor the joy of companionship. It is the spiritual inspiration that comes to one when you discover that someone else believes in you and is willing to trust you with a friendship. All I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. The earth laughs and flowers. It is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own. But the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. It is not the length of life, but the depth. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Dare to live the life you have dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Whatever you do, you need courage. Whatever course you decide upon, there is always someone to tell you that you are wrong. There are always difficulties arising that tempt you to believe your critics are right. To map out a course of action and follow it to an end requires some of the same courage that a soldier needs. Peace has its victories, but it takes brave men and women to win them. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Adopt the pace of nature, her secret is patience. Without ambition one starts nothing. Without work one finishes nothing. The prize will not be sent to you. You have to win it. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Life is a journey, not a destination. Make the most of yourself, for that is all there is of you. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. A great man is always willing to be little. Be silly. Be honest. Be kind. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. None of us will ever accomplish anything excellent or commanding except when he listens to this whisper which is heard by him alone. He who is in love is wise, and is becoming wiser, sees newly every time he looks at the object beloved, drawing from it with his eyes and his mind those virtues which it possesses. Life is a series of surprises, and would not be worth taking or keeping if it were not. We are always getting ready to live but never living. Insist on yourself. Never imitate. Your own gift you can offer with the cumulative force of a whole life's cultivation, but of the adopted talent of another, you have only an extemporaneous half-possession. Fear always springs from ignorance. When you were born you were crying, and everyone else was smiling. Live your life so at the end, you're the one who is smiling, and everyone else is crying. Beauty without expression is boring. What is a weed? A plant whose virtues have not yet been discovered. Sow a thought and you reap an action. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. The secret of education lies in respecting the pupil. It is not for you to choose what he shall know, what he shall do. It is chosen and foreordained, and he only holds the key to his own secret. The years teach much the days never know. For each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends. Be good to your work, your word, and your friend. Friendship, like the immortality of the soul, is too good to be believed. When friendships are real, they are not glass threads or frost work, but the solidest things we know. The wise man in the storm prays God not for safety from danger, but for deliverance from fear. Bad times have a scientific value. These are occasions a good learner would not miss. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. Many eyes go through the meadow, but few see the flowers in it. Nothing is more simple than greatness. Indeed, to be simple is to be great. The creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. Every artist was first an amateur. You become what you think about all day long. Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. Envy is ignorance, imitation is suicide. To be great is to be misunderstood. The mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. It is easy to live for others, everybody does. I call on you to live for yourself. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by standing in one's own sunshine. Be yourself. No base imitator of another, but your best self. There is something which you can do better than another. Listen to the inward voice and bravely obey that. Do the things at which you are great, not what you were never made for. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting some on yourself. When friendships are real, they are not glass threads or frost work, but the solidest things we can know. There is creative reading as well as creative writing. In my walks, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him. The good news is that the moment you decide that what you know is more important than what you have been taught to believe, you will have shifted gears in your quest for abundance. Success comes from within, not from without. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Nothing external to you has any power over you. Sometimes a scream is better than a thesis. Few people know how to take a walk. The qualifications are endurance, plain clothes, old shoes, an eye for nature, good humor, vast curiosity, good speech, good silence, and nothing too much. The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common.